want somebody to die for. Hey, good morning and good evening to everybody. Just adding some people to the group. Yes. Like a fool for dreaming. As I wander down. Boom, boom. Here we go. Just hang on, everybody. I'm adding people to the group real quick. If they would like to partake. Nope. Yep. There it is. Ooh, snap. Hey everybody, how y'all doing out there today? Hope everybody had a good day or at least been able to affect somebody where they can feel like you think they're important in their lives, right? And so use love first. It's gonna always be my slogan. I will always stand for using love in everything that we do. And I've been challenged a couple of different times where it almost seems like that's the answer. And if you could just take that time to look at the perspective of why a person sees something and understand, different views, you can use that accumulative information and, come up with something that might be even doable. And so that's all I'm trying to do, right? Is to bring awareness to abuse and get people to see that we really have to start using love. So I was talking to a friend of mine, and you ever seen people fight, right? Relationships or whatever. And I've heard people say it, so if you've never heard it, it's like I think it was two women fighting, and the guy was like, ooh. He goes, I love that. It lets you know it's real. And I was just like, what? He said, them going at it like that. And I was just like, I said, I challenged that. And he was like, well, what is it then, man? And I was like, it's passion. That's what you like. You don't like the abuse. You like passion. And I got a very, to me, an easy example. And I hope, it makes sense. Our children, I will always focus on our children because at some point in time you were a child. When children start hearing language where they can mimic sounds, they mimic the sounds that are the loudest and then the sounds that are mimicked the most. Mama, 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 dad, 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 dad. But when you say bad words and you yell out, that's what they're going to hear. That's what they're going to pay attention to. That's what they're going to, zoom into because of that passion that was put behind that ugly word. Ergo, we're teaching, right? We're teaching that. But, hold on. But that passion can be directed at being hateful or being loving. Right? You have to make that choice, right? And so what people are not hearing, they're not hearing the yelling towards, I'm sorry. They're not hearing the rushing to your desires of not meaning to hurt your feelings, right? They brush it to the side. If you ever had a good friend or somebody that really cares about you, like you'll notice there's just that little bit of, at the end, right at the end, it's like, I'm sorry. Like you didn't deserve that, right? And so it gives you that ability, at least, you'll still be upset or whatever, and we'll deal with that and how you can essentially not deal with it. But when you apologize, you didn't yell out your apology. You weren't passionate about your apology. You were passionate about showing that anger, though. You were passionate about letting that stranger know, get up the way, right? People with road rage. Oh, man, right? And I'll sit there and I'll see it. And so in my head, my solution is that I pretend that the person that's in front of me, there's somebody in their life that they're hoping they can get to. And if I know that my life is good, right? I can only control my actions. If I know that my life is good, I'm not going to pass judgment. I'm going to hope for them to have better days, no matter the situation. But we don't make that decision. We look at them, they can't drive, or we'll stop and roll the window down and we're flipping the bird and people shooting or they're following them. Like, I've heard all types of stuff. And you're making that choice, but you have that passion, but you didn't have that passion to let them go on about their way in literally 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 seconds. God, they could have caused an accident, but could you have prevented it? You can't control them. Literally, you say that all day. So why are we not exerting the same energy when we show our love to our lovers, to our mothers and fathers, to our brothers and sisters, our own children, ourselves? How come we're not passionate towards ourselves? We listen to the voices of others and telling them and accepting that you're not that smart, that you're not that pretty, girl. Your hair is too thin or too short, it's too curly, or you're too pretty, right? I've seen people be insecure because of people giving them compliments, right? They want to cut their hair off because they want to fit in with the crowd. That's how bad it is. And in the opposite direction, of course, through that other person's perspective, they're like, yeah, she's complaining because she's cute. You know how silly that sounds? But you're not in her shoes. And so when they hear those words, those back to those kids, when they hear those loud words, that's what they zoom into because they hear the passion. So I told my buddy, it's the passion. If you have that type of love, you will love that too. Way more than the abuse because it's better for you. When you have that type of excitement to share something, it's nothing more than that kid who rushes to their parent and say, look what I drew. Look, mommy, look what I drew. And you're like, what is it? Right? I got 5 kids until I go through all of it. Like, what is it? It's a horse. I'm like, what? Oh, show me the horse. And then, they say, there's an eye, there's a tail. Hey, they break it down to you. You're like, oh, it's a horse. And you're like, oh, snap, I see it. Right? Because you see through their view. And they feel loved. Like, oh, you see it? Do you really see it, Dad? I'm like, yes, I see it, man. There's a horse, right? And so I take it and put it on the refrigerator. And so my friends, people I love, right? My family members, people I love, they come over, like, man, what is that? I said, it's a horse, right? That's what I tell them. Like, look, it's a horse. I don't see it. And I break it down just like my child did. And then they'll see it. Just because I took the time to see my child's perspective allowed me to help his world grow. Why can't we see it with the people we say we love? Get behind the people you say you love and see their perspective and see if it could be beneficial to you. If you don't want to do that to that person, then get them out your life. You're wasting your time. Do not feel like you have to be in an uncomfortable position. You got to understand that if you as a person are not willing to say, hey, let me see why you're saying this, because you want your view understood just like everybody else. Go back to that child who took the time and saw the macaroni weird painting or whatever, and they broke it down to you, and you took the people that you love and you shared what it is that you got clarity and perspective on. But for whatever reason, there are parents out there who would tell that child, get the fuck out my face and throw that away and stay out my paint or my noodles, or you're wasting my glue, you're wasting my construction paper, you're wasting whatever, right? Like, I've seen parents do, and I'm just like, Why attack the child as they literally are trying to explore what it is that they feel within themselves? And you constantly misunderstand why you are having problems in your life because you're taught to not trust your own desires. And then you teach your child the same thing. How many times have we said, I should have trusted my first instinct? How many times have you been actually more probability? I play the game of probability whenever I make decisions. What is the probability that this might actually be the truth? Right? Then you make your decision. And whatever decision you make, stick with it. Have conviction to your choices. They're going to judge you anyway. When you see passion that is enjoyable to you as a man, as a woman, before you go for it, if you're not used to going for it, before you go for it, you have all these doubts and these issues and these concerns before you really understand, like, just go for what it is you want. Don't hurt nobody. That's what all children do. And so those desires, they may vary, but they don't really change. And so that's where we get hidden desires, right? Those secrets. I can't believe I'm doing this. Ooh. Because you're not expressing what it is you want. If you express what it is you want, you'll see a whole group of people who enjoy the things you enjoy. Man, literally, there's so many groups out there who enjoy looking like you look, drinking, laughing, smoking, military, non-military, this religious group, that religious group, whatever. There's a whole groups of them. And you have the audacity to get upset because somebody doesn't see your view. I laugh at you. I laugh at you. I find it comical. I'm grown. I can do what I want to do, right? It's going to lead me to a story. But you're going to judge me anyway. And the reason why I say I laugh at you is because you're purposely doing the only thing you don't want done to you. You don't want nobody to judge you. So why be judgmental? Be helpful, understanding, kind, courteous. The best way I got it was this way. I come home from, I was in the Army, and this was my ex-wife. Long day, I was E6, NCOIC of field artillery. And man, we worked some long hours. Right? They said, you're only as good as the average clerk. I guess it wasn't that good, right? And, as good as your S1. And, man, come home, 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock or whatever. So I get home and, my wife, she's sitting on the couch. And I say, why are the dishes not clean? Right now, this is how I was raised, right? I say, why are the dishes not clean? And she goes, I've been on my feet all day. I'm tired. And I say, clearly you can't be that tired because you're sitting down watching TV, right? I'm feeling like, yeah, I did that. So, I go in the room and I take my uniform off and I get some regular clothes on. I say, you know what, whatever. So I go in and start cleaning the kitchen. So she's feeling bad now, right? So she comes in there and she tries to help me or whatever. And, I'm all of my emotions or whatever because I'm being emotionally immature, right? And so the next day I went to go see my therapist, right? And so if you've never seen a therapist, I'm telling you, reach out to one. And so I go to him and he sees the frustration. He goes, what's wrong? And I say, I come home yesterday and I told the story I just told you. And as I'm telling the story and I get to the point where, I said that, no, you're not tired. And he said, stop. He said, wait. He goes, who are you to tell anybody what to do? And so I jumped up, like I jumped up and I had a defense and everything. And I started saying, I came home, I've been tired. He goes, Kyle, he goes, stop. He goes, so you like people telling you what to do? And I was like, nope, not at all. He goes, so what makes you think that any other adult enjoys being told what to do, Kyle? I'm like, it's fair, right? It was fair. So he broke it down to me. I had anxiety to the kitchen being dirty, and I didn't express that to her. And so all I had to ask was, hey, I'm going to get ready to wash the dishes because I don't want to see the dirty dishes. She's grown. If she wanted to wash the dishes, she would have washed the dishes. And so instead of me saying that, I could have asked for help. Like, hey, can you help me? and made, have her have that decision, accept change and walk away. So when I asked her, hey, can you help me? She would have said yes, because she accepted those change, those conditions, or she would have said no. And she would have either asked herself, is there anything that she could change? Maybe I could stretch it out another. Can I give me 10 minutes, Kyle, and then I'll come help you? But I never gave her that chance. I never used the ability to see her perception that she actually was tired. And so I missed a chance to hold on to a better moment. Instead, I created that ugliness. And so I could have sat down with her and rubbed her feet, held her hand, asked her how her day was. I could have did a list of things, but I didn't. The decisions you make every single day of your life dictates the reason why you are the way you are this very moment. Irrefutable, I promise you. What about the things that happen on the outside of you? You still going to control your actions. There's numerous of people who've done these things and that have allowed themselves to still be better people by not trying to cause harm to others. And when my friend said that, and I love that word, when they get at it, man, you can tell it's real. And just lets me know that not a lot of people know what real love is, what passionate love is. And that's when you start to look at the people's abilities to settle on their own desires for no reason. Because they're willing to accept passion in any freaking package, in any value, in any direction. And you can apply it to many different things. The top performers, and whatever fill in the blank world is, the top number one, whatever pick your group is, they cannot be at that level without love. You can't hate something and reach it that high. It's not going to happen, Chief. You have to have a love, a focus, a reason, a purpose. And the only person who knows that is you. You can listen to everybody else. Don't do that. Yeah, do that. But who's supporting your view? So, Kyle, you want people to say yes to you. No. I want everybody in my life to just be like, nope, you can't have nothing you want. Yes, I want people to say yes to me. If you're running around talking about, I want people who say no to me, but you're not going to like me. You're not. If I'm saying no to you, it's because in view to harm to me or desire that for whatever reason, I feel like we're just not really getting it. And so I change directions. I'm not going to keep forcing something upon you and you're telling me you don't like it. That's so selfish. It's so arrogant. And simply I get to respect your view. You say, all right. When I first started making these videos, I would say things like, going to the movies. I want to go to the movie. And, my partner or my lover, whoever at the time, I want to go to the movies. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to the movies. I don't want you to go to the movies. Why? Is there something supposed to happen? A car accident? Is there something going on? She's like, no, I just don't want you to go to the movies by yourself. Well, you plan on getting in the car? Because I'm going to get my desires met. I'm not doing this in spite of you. You're judging me in spite of what is that I want as a person. That's like me saying I'm hungry. I want burgers. Well, I want ribs. Okay, we're going to get you ribs. I'm going to go get a burger. I don't eat meat, y'all. So I'm just using that as an example because I know everybody eats meat. So I'm going to go get a burger. And I'll get judged. Isn't that not the same difference as what a woman wears? Well, look what she got on. She asked for that. Say it again. How ugly can you be? Why do you have that on? Right? She's grown. She can put on whatever she wants. If she does not understand the consequences of her own actions and no one tried to guide her before then, if you hadn't caught her before and you said your words to cause that inspiration, what do? Pin her down? Because that's what we're doing to our children. We're pinning them down mentally. This is the way of the world. And I'm like, it's not. It's what the world wants you to say to your children. Every time I hear the the vision of who we are. The constant look at this group. And I'm telling people that we need to look at the people who's attacking everyone. Still here. All right. We need to pay attention to who's attacking everyone, to include yourself, starting with yourself. You can't be, say, look what they're doing. And you're doing the same thing. Once again, going back to the concept, if we say no sin is greater than the other, why don't we apply that same logic to how we use and view abuse? No abuse is okay. You're going to hell. You're really going to hell because of that other thing. I'm going to hell. For those who want to get out there, the different levels, so on and so forth. I don't think you want to be on any level, so you're still going to hell. Man, and that's all in the mind, but we'll deal with that differently. But the decisions that you're making, the people that you're saying that you love and you enjoy, and the lives that you want to be around, you whisper love and you yell hate. Every single song has been successful. It's normally about love. And the songs that's like really topping it is the one when it comes to self-reflection. I dare anybody to challenge me. Loving yourself is not just the key, like it is your literal elixir. You can pick any religion you want. You will find people who enjoy the nectars of that knowledge and apply it to their lives in such a degree. Who's for you to tell me that they are not real? And I literally had helped somebody to understand something. And it was pretty interesting. I said, before I got this text to call you, before I was able to connect with you, I didn't know who you were. I had no idea you even existed. I said, when I get off the phone, people are going to say, hey, you okay? Is everything okay? But yeah. I talked to this person from this place at this time. Oh, okay. They can either believe me or not believe me. I can't force them. I'm like, no, here's the phone call, right? Here's proof, right? Here's proof, right? You want me to call them back? And for whatever reason, I call the person and they don't pick up. And you're like, I don't believe you. This person is not real. And I'm like, I just talked to him. I'm like, till I see him. Now, I can keep going back and forth with this person, and for those who know me, I won't, right? I can keep going back and forth with this person, like, he's real, or she's real, or it's real, or whatever, and then be like, oh, well, believe what you want to believe, right? And then all of a sudden, they meet the person I was talking about on the phone, like, oh, look at that, they real. I'm like, well, until I met them, and until I met them, I didn't think they were real. And so everybody has their view and concept of how they meet God or their gods or their savior or whoever their view. And that's when I realized every single religion is 100% real. My internet does not like me tonight. But every single person that mentions a God in their view in some way, shape, form, or concept, it's no different than saying superheroes. And no, do not insult my intelligence where you feel like I'm combining superheroes with gods. No. But there are some people who sit there and stand that argument. For those who are watching this video, who say, hey, you need to watch Kyle. Who's Kyle? I ain't never heard of Kyle. Hey, check him out. Never met him. Never heard of him. I don't see nothing about this person. But to some people, I am real. And so the people that are real to you, you don't have to force them and their concepts down the faces and throats of everybody else. Just like you don't have to do your own concepts. You can take it and you can use it and you can create something beautiful. You can take it and use it and create something magical. And this is how you create bonds. This is how you literally get closer to people, because you start taking their perception to their worlds and you start hearing, like, oh, that's how you feel. Okay, all right. And by using love first, by loving who you are, how would you treat yourself on the best day? And if that doesn't work, trust me, there's many concepts. Use your children. That last issue that you just cannot make it through, pretend your youngest child, if you don't have an older child, and just pretend they made that phone call and say, Mom, Dad, this has happened. Whatever that issue that has happened verbatim in your life, and you got to be real with yourself. Oh, you got to hang in there. What would you tell your child? I helped a friend by understanding that we're saving our younger selves because we didn't believe then. And so we believe now. We've made it through all these turmoils. We've had all these many successes. We keep going. We keep popping through. We keep having these, man, I made it. I didn't think I was going to make it. I did it. Oh, man, there it is. There it is. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. I'm still alive. I'm living. I'm not just alive now. I'm living. I'm enjoying this, right? And I become, to everybody else, I become eccentric. I become risky. I become, look at her, you don't even care about his life. On the contrary, the life that I had in the beginning made me not care about it. I survived all that. All I do is care about myself so that I can care about others. If you do not care about yourself, you can't care about others. You must. I don't know what's going on. Ain't connect. I'm sorry, y'all. Hopefully, y'all still getting this flow. All right, there we go. All right, let me try to disconnect from the Wi-Fi. All right, I'm gonna go another way. 1 second. All right, we should be good. All right, so that reflection towards those perceptions to realities, and you can't force anybody to take it, right? And so we're doing this to our children. And when we take the time to see that all the things that we've survived, we realize that they're actually pretty safe. And it's because you sit where you are now and you look back through your own memory and you're trying to find that child within yourself and you go get them. So for me, my child is on the bench. The last time that I saw my mother, I was 8. It was Herman Park in Houston, Texas. And are you good? Somebody said they can't hear. Can y'all hear me now? All right, I'm gonna keep going. And so the last time that I saw my mother inside my head, I was 8 years old, and it was Herman Park in Houston, Texas. And so like that's been burned into my image. And I remember the conversation, right? And so I expressed this to my mentor, and it got to the point where I was just like, yo, we made it. Like, I used to hear people saying, you can't judge me. You don't know what I've been through. And I used to hear it and I'd be like, yeah, that's good. Wait, how do you say that though? Like, I hear you, but how do you say, like, how do you know? Right? And there it is. You don't know what I've been through. And if you don't know what I've been through, I definitely don't know what you've been through. So why won't I take the time to show that compassion? Because I sure wanted somebody to come help me. I wanted somebody to open that damn bathroom door one time. I wanted somebody to ask me, hey, is anybody touching you? And I had to stomach saying this to somebody I love because no one asked me. And so if you've ever been that child one day or an adult, or if you're in that position right now, you're wanting somebody to ask you, are you okay? And not that cliche stuff. Nah. Really. Are your desires being met? Are the people in your life trying to support your dreams? I'm telling you, I didn't believe in any religion. To connect, how I realized they're all real, is this. When I got off the phone, I went to go tell my friend. And I said, dang, it works just that fast. I didn't say no name or anything. I said, I just got off the phone with this dude, and either she believes me or she doesn't. So who am I to question anybody's reality to anything they believe? And why would they change their views when we expect ours to be understood? How dare you constantly betray your own concept of how you want to be treated by treating people against opposition? You are so unfair to yourself. And that's not in the judgment view. It's you to being unfair because you know you want that type of love. So take that passion that you have and smile and give it to your children, give it to your mother, give it to your father, give it to your friends, give it to them. Love so much that the fake, they can't handle it. It's too much. Like, nah, I'm good. Right? They're going to get out the way. I promise you. Real recognize real. We've all heard the saying. There's a reason why. And all these little memes and stuff, these cool ones, there's a lot going on. The secrets to the universe, all this. I need you to understand that just because you say that something is or is not doesn't mean it is to the other person. So take time to see their world. You can love everybody just as much as you love the greatest person in your life. Gary Vee, oh my goodness, I can't wait to get this to him. Gary Vee had said that we should not be as happy as, we should be as happy as the most unhappy human. They was talking about their children, where we're talking about all the violence that's going on. Start using compassion and love. Increase that emotional IQ, because there's some people like, I don't care. You don't care. Every time I hear it, blue lives matter, black lives matter, all lives matter. When I hear that all lives matter, it makes me think, do they get it? Or is that trying to segregate something else? Can they explain it? Whoever stands behind it. This is not to say that I do not see the patterns. I'm telling y'all, I'm seeing the other patterns too. So come behind me and just use my perspective and see what it is that I see. And just maybe, by chance, if it doesn't work for you, I'm going to respect your view. But I'm not going to give up on me. Just like I wouldn't expect you to give up on you. Please use love first. I'm working on the website so that people can have support. I'm learning that, oh my gosh, y'all are really showing me a lot of love. There's a lot of people out there who's giving me a lot of insight to what it is that's going on in my life. Heidi, Damien, I don't know if Peyton's on here, the massage queen, my buddies, my next door neighbors. Like, there's so much love that's happening inside my life. It's getting to the point where I'm starting to realize that the whole concept is to share. That's it. You have choices to make. You can make them, you cannot make them. They're going to judge you anyway. They're going to, shh. Or they're going to be like, yo, hey, keep doing that. You pay attention to the comments you want to pay attention to. When I say I love you all, I really do love you all. Like, I love you as much as I love my children. My dog, Cuts. Cuts says it's too late, y'all. It's my dog, right? Y'all have a good night. If you got any questions or any concerns, please just tag me. Keep using your hashtags. Hashtag use love first. Hashtag always use love first. Type it inside the search and you'll see all the works that I've done or all the little pieces of sayings that I've tried to create and inspire people, right? And because I'm realizing that our sayings are just as important as Albert Einstein. And I'll show you how I use some of his stuff to help me understand reference frames. That if you see something doesn't mean that it's not real to the other person. You got to understand this. The great people have always said it. The only difference is that they're not you. So you can do it. All right, y'all have a good night. Thank you. Or good morning. All right, peace.